99X, it's the original 99X. Barnes and Leslie, the original Morning X. And Leslie, are you a cruiser?
I've never been on a cruise.
Oh, well, I've got just a little something for you that's not even your typical cruise. I found they were on Good Morning America, and I want to play this little 30-second clip. Just kind of set it up for you.
The popularity and demand for cruise ships, it is just off the charts right now. But this one, it's on another level. 3 years at sea, spanning the globe. And it might sound like a bit much for some, but cabins are actually booking up. 375 destinations with stops in 135 countries across all 7 continents. The Life at Sea ship setting sail from Istanbul, November, picking up passengers in Barcelona and Miami. Meredith Shea, a retired flight attendant, booked one of the biggest rooms on the ship. She's hoping for the experience of a lifetime.
This is going to be the perfect place to do it all.
3 years at sea. Please welcome the CEO of Life at Sea, the aptly named cruise line, Life at Sea Cruises, Kendra Holmes. Hey, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you. How are you guys doing?
Oh, Kendra, we're good. We have a lot of questions.
Yeah. Okay, whose idea was this and thought, oh, you know what? 3 years at sea.
Well, actually, the longer format cruises has been gaining popularity over the past years, especially since COVID, when more and more people have started working remotely. House prices have increased, so it just made sense.
So you guys were like, let's just max it out, full throttle. We'll take you for 3 years.
Yeah, exactly. And we just figured, why not? Let's give it a shot and see what happens.
How many people have already signed up for this? Because, that's a huge commitment.
Yeah, we're about 40% sold out right now.
Wow. Now, Barnes, I know that you're not a fan of cruises, but the number one question for someone like Barnes is there Wi-Fi?
Oh, that's a good question. Okay, hold on. Leslie said I'm not a fan of cruises. I'm a fan if the cruise is the right cruise. So I would say that some of the cruise lines I have been on, I would say I'm not a fan because I got there and I felt like the experience was whacked. Which leads me into a good question. If, Kendra, you purchase this and you come on, can you get off?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course you can get off, but you still have to continue to pay your main price. So you can't book for 6 months or a couple weeks and come on and off that way. So you basically pay for the full 3 years, and then you can come and go as you please.
So you're living there, but it's almost like you're living in a vacation because you're going to stop, like in 148 countries I saw?
Yes, and we're actually up to about 382 ports. So since we launched, we added additional ports for everybody to see.
That sounds like it's busy.
Go ahead, Barnes.
I was going to say, it sounds like a really busy schedule.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it's definitely going to be tiring. The good thing is that we have 2 to 3 days in each port that we stop at, so you're not going to be forced to have to spend that 10 or 12 hours just running until you're raw. So people can actually relax.
What a way to see the world. I was looking at some of the stuff that you guys offer. It is all-inclusive, so if you think it's expensive, all-inclusive, and you start adding it up, it's actually not a bad deal. Can you talk about the pricing?
Yeah, so right now it starts around $48,000 per person per year. That's based on double occupancy. So if you're a single traveler, you would have to pay the double occupancy price, and then we give a 15% discount on that. But overall, for somebody to go, I don't even know that you could pay, mortgage for that in a nice home and have everything included.
No, that's true. 3 years is a long time. For me, I don't know if I would freak out or not. And you're saying when you pay, you're in. It seems like you're targeting digital nomads who kind of, almost couch surf, like location to location, and stay connected digitally. So for them, it doesn't matter, where they are. And like in the old days, if you were going to go backpacking, if you were going to go, you didn't know where you were going to be, but you didn't have that digital infrastructure. What is your infrastructure? Like what type? Can you talk about like internet speeds and stuff like that? Like, is it premium?
Yeah, so it's going to be up to 200 megabits per second on average. We have 2 systems running in parallel. So in case one drops, we have a backup system to ensure everyone can stay connected the whole time.
Yeah, Barnes, you could go on this 3-year trip and we could still do our show.
Right. All we need is about 30 up and down and we're good.
Yep.
It looks like you have like a state-of-the-art gym as well.
Yes. So we've recently changed ships to the MV Lara. We'll be taking possession of her at the end of September. Her gym is huge. It's beautiful. It's got a bunch of lifestyle equipment in it. We're going to be offering classes like yoga, Pilates, Tai Chi, anything everybody wants. So it will be fully functioning and available for whatever people want.
What does the ship visually look like compared to like other cruise lines? Because that's what everyone's envisioning in their head is a typical cruise ship. Is it that or is it smaller?
No, it's actually around 42,000 tons. So she's not huge. She's not one of these massive cruise liners, but she looks like a typical ship. I mean, she's going to be dark blue and white, painted, and she'll have all the amenities.
And this isn't just for retirees. It looks like you have this business center. So if I were to tell my employer, hey, I'm going to be gone for 3 years, but don't worry, I'm on Zoom every day. Do you have people that are actually working on this cruise for 3 years?
Yeah, we actually do. We're building a business center. It doesn't currently exist on board right now, and we'll also have private offices that people can rent each month if they want to have a permanent setup. We've got quite a few people actually bringing their desktop computers with them, so they're going to be hauling all of that over to Istanbul for the launch.
We're speaking with Kendra Holmes, who is the CEO of Life at Sea Cruises, and we'll get the info at the end if you're interested in getting aboard. But basically, you're buying in for 3 years, and that will be your home. What about our pets, Kendra? Can we bring our cats?
Oh,
yes. So you can bring your cats. We do have a limited number of cats that we are allowing on board. We're going to try and keep everybody in the same area because there are people with cat allergies. So the cats, unfortunately, do have to stay in the cabin. And people that bring their cats are going to have to, if they want to take them off in any of the countries, they'll have to make sure that all the vaccinations and quarantine requirements are met.
what about dogs?
I thought you were going to say no. Yeah, dogs. What about dogs?
Dogs, I would love to be able to bring dogs. I have a 70-pound pit bull mix. I would love to be able to bring him, but unfortunately not right now for dogs, but maybe the next ship.
I can't leave my dog.
I know.
You're saying yes to a lot of things. What is a no? What's a hard no besides dogs?
Kids right now is a hard no. So if you're
Amen,
under,
sister.
yeah.
I'm in. No, I'm in.
So if you're under 16, we aren't allowing any children on board unless they're coming on to visit grandparents or visit friends and family. So if if you are under 16, you can come visit for a short period of time, but to live on board permanently, you have to be 16 years old right now.
I was going to ask about people coming to visit, so that's allowed.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we are allowing that.
That's pretty good, Barnes.
This is really intriguing. You can bring your cat, no kids, which you probably just sold the other half of the ship just right there. Because I'm being serious that some people are like, there is no way I could be on a ship for 3 years and you've got kids going nuts, but then it would be hard for them to go to school anyway.
Have you guys thought about doing this for a shorter period of time, like 1 year? Because that seems a little bit easier than 3 years.
Mm-hmm. We haven't at this point in time. We think the 3 years is a really unique product, and there are some cruise lines that are offering that 6 month to 1 year period. So we don't want to be like everyone else.
Yeah, it's obvious. I mean, you're really making a commitment to it, and I can't wait to see pictures of the ship. One last question. What happens if someone commits a crime, or what if there's like a medical emergency? What happens in those cases?
Good question.
So we do have a brig on board, which is pretty much a jail on board a ship. The captain is the ultimate decision maker if we're not in port. And if somebody does commit a crime, they'll be held in that brig until we get to the next port, and then they'll be dealt with accordingly there. As far as medical emergencies, we're going to have a global rescue program, and then we're also covered through our P&I for any accidents that happen on board if somebody gets injured. So we'll be able to have people air evac'd off the ship if needed.
Have you thought about doing a show?
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. A reality show.
Right, to promote the next one?
Yeah, it's possible. We're talking to a few companies, but they're kind of looking at it as a social experiment right now. You know, what happens when you put three people on the ship almost 900 people on a ship for 3 years together, just traveling the world. So it's going to be interesting. We're really looking forward to seeing the relationships come together and the community that's built on board.
We're talking to Kendra Holmes. She's the CEO of Life at Sea Cruises. Kendra, what happens if someone gets pregnant and has a baby?
We've actually considered that because we know that there are going to be new relationships that start on board with the singles there. So if that's the case, if somebody does get pregnant, they can stay on for a while. And then I think when they're around 6 months, they'll have to disembark, and then we are going to refund them the rest of their cruise if they can't complete it.
Wow, this is such a TV show.
I know.
It really is. I mean, 7 continents? Come on.
All right, Kendra, how can people find you if they're interested in learning more or climbing aboard?
You can jump on our website. It's www.lifeatseacruises.com. We have an interest form on there you can fill out. It goes directly to our sales team, and then somebody will get back to whoever is inquiring.
Man, this is it. I would definitely watch your show. I would watch this. Done deal. Well, thank you very much, Kendra. We appreciate it. Life at Sea Cruises. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys.